Welcome back to the Game of Math Teacher, and another look deep into this Breaking the Curse of the Billy Goat series on Out of the Park Baseball 26 with the 2004, just wrapped up season, Chicago Cubs. Finished with 90 wins last year and still ended up 20 games back in the Central, so seems like we're a long way away. I think we're closer than that, and this is a big off season to kind of reshape the team. Again, having some key free agents, but some holes we don't need to fill. So Mark Pryor pitched well. Zambrano pitched well. Remlinger is a good bullpen arm. I don't like him as a starter, but it's going to be what? Kerry Wood's going to get better. Cliff Lee should improve. We got some interesting bullpen arms. Dempster is not. He's not getting brought back. We can just kind of see different spots. Farnsworth pitched well. Bob Howery came in and pitched well. Brian Skorowski, again, not nearly what he did with the Mets, but still 3.34 ERA, 1.39 ERA plus. Got really good defense behind him. Again, somebody's going to be an interesting bullpen arm. But we're reading into this huge offseason where, after making a big trade for Carlos Beltran at the trade deadline, as well as shortstop Carlos Guillen, who is a free agent and again probably going to walk, we'll see. It's turned the Cubs kind of into buyers. Sped this timeline up. I was thinking we'd have to tear this down and probably be 4 or 5 more years before we even consider becoming buyers. But after a great trade deadline, looking at this free agent market, there is a lot of interesting pieces. So just kind of go over some notable names. If we look at the free agents upcoming here. And we'll look at just our general ratings here. Major names. Eric Gagné, one of the best closers in history. Has his forkball in here. It has a Vulcan change. I'm guessing that's what that's trying to simulate. And coming off a really rough year with the Yankees, but was great with the Dodgers before he got traded. Almost looks like just got super unlucky in Yankee Stadium. Gave up quite double the long ball in about the same amount of game, or about half the games. So struggled to keep it in Yankee Stadium. Interesting look here. Potentially bringing in for a bullpen. I don't know if I love that cost for him. We'll see what he really wants. Carlos Delgado, not a catcher in my books. Probably ended up being a first baseman. Doesn't really fit our game plan. But again, a great hitter. Coming off a great year with Toronto. 155 OPS plus. Probably going to demand north of $20 million. At 32, going to be 33. It's just not in the cards for us. Names that are interesting. Again, B.J. Ryan. Another closer. I don't know how much. Had a couple of years. Traded with Baltimore. Let's get his actual picture in here because he is a top-rated free agent. B.J. Ryan. Just an interesting-looking dude. Elite stuff, elite movement, doesn't give a home run. This has 3 elite pitches. Was good in Baltimore, was great in San Francisco, which makes sense. San Francisco is a very pitcher-friendly ballpark. Interesting pitcher. Not really going to be someone I'm looking to buy into, depending on what his price is, I guess. If he's under 10, he's worth a shot, but other than that, not really. 41-year-old Randy Johnson, in my opinion, the greatest pitcher ever, or my modern pitcher ever, one of my favorites. Has the elite curveball, has the elite changeup, doesn't have the same velocity he used to. Coming off a good year with Arizona. 6 games, once coming off an injury, I'm guessing. Yeah, tore his meniscus in his knee. Was done for most of the year, so probably not a guy I'm going to look into. Is healthy now. End of the year, really good. Just an older guy that doesn't really fit. But he is, again, one of the greatest pitchers ever. Gary Sheffield, 35 years old on the end of his career. Going to want too much money for what he is. But he's a great hitter coming off a almost 150 OPS plus season. 490 at-bats or plate appearances. Had 31 homers. Stole some bases. Didn't strike out very much. 316 average. Just not a guy I want to spend some money on. Same thing, Larry Walker, copy-paste. 37 years old, great hitter, plays better defense. Coming off a really good year with both Colorado and Oakland. Oakland made a trade for him. Interesting. Just again, at 37, not looking to pay some money for him. Roger Clemens, 42. I'm just hoping he doesn't come back to Houston because he was just 20 wins, dominant in Houston. Would love to have him, but also wouldn't love to have him. I just don't think he's in the ballpark for us. One guy I'm looking at is Vladimir Guerrero. I don't know. Just because Sosa's in right, we have a pretty good filled out outfield. We'll see if anything comes of it. We'll see what he wants. Again, I think he's still going to want more north of 25 million. And he's a great player. Again, weird trade. Again, went to the Giants, was playing in the outfield with Barry Bonds, and still couldn't make the World Series. But a guy I'm going to look into, 33-year-old Pedro Martinez. He is worth the money, in my opinion. Coming off a 21 season, a little worse ERA, but has a little more left in the tank, I think. Not guaranteed. I think Pedro would be my favorite option right now as a starter, but not going to lock that in. Other major names, again, Boston losing a lot. They have Johnny Damon here. We talked about Carlos Guillen as our free agent. I think it's a guy I'm going to let walk. Played really well with us, 156 OPS plus. Plays a very good defense. I don't know. I don't really value him that much. Made a trade for him. He was super cheap. I believe it was just our starting. Yeah, here we go. They kept most of the money. We just had to give up Alex Gonzalez, which is not a loss for me at all. Kevin Millwood was a good starting pitcher for his time. Coming off a pretty good year. Jeff Kent leaving Houston, thank goodness. Houston, I think, is going to take a big step back. They don't bring back any of those guys. But when it comes to shortstops, there's 3 names we're looking at. And it's Carlos Guillen. I can bring him back. Played well. Could probably continue to play well. My number 1 target, though, Nomar Garciaparra. One of my dad's favorite player of active players when he was playing. My dad being a diehard Boston Red Sox fan before he passed. Love Carl Yastrzemski. Loves Nomar. I became a huge Nomar fan growing up, even though I'm a Cubs fan. Was super happy in the real life when we got him. So you see, we had him for about a year and a half. Ended up only being about 100 games. You can see here, 105 games. 289, slightly above average hitter. Was just weird. He ended up being a first baseman. Didn't really fit. But in this world, I would love to bring Nomar into this point. Because again, he came in, actually this point we traded for him. It's during this season. But again, at this point where you do start to see a fall off, I don't think. Just looking at his ratings here, he's got first base. He's going to be an elite defensive first baseman, actually. I still like him as shortstop. We'll see. I mean, everyone knows Derek Jeter. I think one of the most overrated and underrated players at the same time. I think his defense is vastly overrated, but I think his offense is vastly underrated. There's a reason he had 3,000 hits. Super consistent. Could be an option. I think getting more than he wants. I just don't think I can invest in that. Placido Polanco is an interesting option as well. Has the same type of idea. Great defense at second, third, and short. But the bat wasn't there last year, and I just don't love his power profile. Edgar Renteria, Rich Aurelia, Old Man Barry Larkin, Alex Cora, Craig Counsell, Omar Vizquel. Like, there's a lot of shortstops here that are interesting if we miss out on those top guys. Other guys looking at our team, what we need. I'm going to kind of just give him a head here, too, a little as we go. Derek Lee, first base, I think is locked in. If you look at his contract, he's not going anywhere. He's not anywhere soon. Shortstop is where, again, we talked about filling that. I like Aubrey Huff in right field. He's coming off a great year with us. 120 OPS plus. 320 average. Hit 16 homers in 105 games. Plays good defense. I think going to stick around as an outfielder for us at least for one more year. Beltran's locked in center. I offered him an extension. As you see, he's going to get paid. Cheaper, but then kind of ramps up and curls back down. I think you see an opt-out after this year. Is my hope. But yeah, Beltran just insane. Going to be my long-term center fielder. 27 years old. Sammy, I do want to have him in his career here. He will be a left fielder. Actually plays good left field. Above average hitting, hit 42 homers. If you look at game stats, puts him at 581. He's going to probably most likely break 600 this year with us. Hopefully, again, steroids being a blip on his actual real life career, and how much out of the park factors in for Hall of Fame voting before he retires. I know if you play a modern game and he's up for the Hall of Fame vote, he doesn't get in. He doesn't, Bonds doesn't, A-Rod doesn't usually. And all that comes out, I don't know if that's just coding in from the steroid guys, but in my opinion, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds are all Hall of Famers. Yes, they did steroids. It's terrible. But at the time, it saved baseball. If it wasn't for Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr., baseball doesn't exist in the same way it does today. I think the game died in the 90s if that doesn't happen, coming off all the drama from the 80s. So Sammy Sosa going to retire, see if we can get him to the Hall of Fame, see if we can get maybe one more great year out of him. Michael Young, to me, second baseman's great, 113 OPS plus, plays good defense. Going to be my everyday second baseman into next year. I believe he's not a free agent, right? Nope, he's got one more year left. A couple years left. Rami's a question mark. He's getting paid a lot. In real life, I loved Ramos Ramirez. He's one of the best players on the team, but a below-average hitter with not great fielding. He is a positive WAR this year. He wasn't looking like it for a long time. Could be a guy to try to sell next year. Question marks there. Move some guys around. And Paulo Duke is a guy that is a free agent. I don't know if I want to bring him back. Bat wasn't there for us like it was in the Dodgers. In real life, was actually a one-year wonder. But if we look at just the free agent market again, free agents upcoming. Looking at catchers, there's not a lot there. I mean, you got Jason Kendall, who's interesting, contact speed guy, doesn't have the greatest defense, coming off a bad year. Benito is 40. AJ Pierzynski's interesting. Not having a great year, though. I need to go through and make my views. I'll do that maybe in between this video and the next one. Edit some of these views, get my custom ones in, my free agent one, my draft one, just so we can get more succinct views without having to jump around. But let's see, batting stats. So looking at just these catchers, OPS plus guys, I mean, it's Delgado. Damian Miller had a good year. We're going to at 35, probably going to want too much, but does have good defense. Slightly above hitter. I talked about not wanting Delgado, but I think he's going to be too pricey, but that catcher hitting is good. Again, we had LeDuc, I think he walks. But yeah, there's not a whole lot here, catcher-wise, that are interesting offensively, which then leads to the thought of, okay, maybe defensively. And if we look at position rankings, we'll do defensive ratings. Oh, I'm big on, well, catcher blocking. I'm going to adjust this because I think framing is important as well. Alberto Castillo is interesting. He's an elite defensive catcher, has an average bat, actually hit so poorly last year. Could get him cheap. Might throw him on a watch list. Just in case. I check out some of those higher names. Brad Ausmus is still here. Could steal from the Astros. The hitting's not there. The defense is. The character's not, which is weird. AJ Pierzynski doesn't have the greatest arm, but he can block and he can frame. And hits okay. Sorry about that. We have Mike Redmond, Dan Wilson. So some names to look into. Benji, part of the Molina family. Doesn't strike out. You can see 51 strikeouts in the year. And over 500 plate appearances. Plays good defense. Another guy that's interesting to look at. We'll see. But also to keep notes. Look at my lineups here. Ryan Garco played well in limited games last year. Doesn't have the defense, but is a good character. Has some hitting stats. Charles Johnson's leaving. I think I maybe tendered him, maybe didn't. He just 52 OPS plus and not a great defensive stat. Lets me feel like he can walk just fine. Organizationally, we have Gio Soto waiting in the wings. Struggled a little in AAA. Probably going to have to start next year in AAA. Just didn't have that bat yet. Need that to develop a little more. Other names, Paul Bako again somehow snuck his way back to AAA. No. He's a AA at best. He's actually going to walk this year, I believe. Oh, I think that's the only catchers we have in there right now. So definitely something to look into. Pitching-wise, I want one more starter. To me, Remlinger's a reliever. Yeah, I know I can't control it. To me, Remlinger's a reliever. Has elite stuff. Doesn't have the control. Doesn't have the stamina to start. Also 38 and a free agent. Might bring him back. Might not. Haven't decided. Pryor, Woods, Zambrano, Lee are 4. I need one more. That's where I'm kind of big fish hunting there. Where if we look, again, at starting pitchers, pitching stats, no, don't save it. ERA plus, we have Clemens, Pedro, Randy, Al Leiter, Dale Nomo, which had a great year on unlucky BABIP somehow. But I'm not going to question it. Love Hideo Nomo, the player. Derek Lowe's here. Bartolo's here. Could give Bartolo a flyer. But I think I'm big fish hunting. Roger Clemens, Pedro Martinez. One of the two will be on the team, depending money-wise. But I think they're both very good. Great FIPS. Again, looking where it kind of starts. Randy Johnson, a great FIP. And if he's healthy, is one of the best pitchers in baseball. Going to give him a pitcher, too. LaTroy Hawkins still listed as starter for Tampa, which is just insane to me. Chris Carpenter. Yeah, so some names I'm going to go after free agent-wise there. And maybe some relievers if we look at the relievers here. Some elite FIP. A righty reliever. Arthur Rhodes from Oakland we looked at. Farnsworth. Might come back. Haven't decided on him yet. Some elite ERA plus guys. Let's go to the top here. Bob Howery. I'm going to most likely bring him back. Although he was terrible with average with us. Slightly below average. Cleveland he was insane with. We'll see. Rincon I'd love to bring back. He was good with us, both us and Oakland. Oh, I don't know. We'll look at some of these relievers a little deeper too. Cal Eldred's here. And really struggled with St. Louis, but killed us. Gagné was super unlucky last year. Again, it was great. Just struggled in Yankee Stadium. That's the extreme fly ball tendency. Doesn't work in Yankee Stadium, being such a small porch. But we're going to jump ahead a couple days here. Once these free agents start to list. Anything notable that happens. We can kind of see if we jump ahead here. We'll jump ahead to the wards. And if we look at that, just give me a second. I remember how to find the reward stuff, league history. Maybe, no. League news, I think it's under here. Yeah, Poole's got the MVP in the NL. Roland got second. Bonds got third. So 2 Cardinals top 2 in MVP voting. Chicago had Sosa get some votes. Outside of that, nobody. A-Rod got the AL MVP. Smoltz got the Cy Young. Getting pitched into a 214. Just insane. No Cubs on the list. Tony La Russa for the Cardinals. David Wright got Rookie of the Year. We had a couple guys that were on that hunt for a little bit. Silver Slugger is nobody. So again, just a disappointing year all around. Octavio Dotel. Sikorsky got second as a rookie. I don't know if you qualify for rookie, but. And Mo, of course, got AL. Our Gold Gloves were nobody. So just some fixing we need to do, but nothing I hate. We'll go to the developmental facility here. Player development. All right, so some things I want to make sure I do. Cliff Lee. Yes, love to work with him on some stuff. What's his pitches look like? It would probably be one of these mediums. Would that be? Probably working on secondary pitches. Other names, of course, my batters. I'd love to work on. We've got some younger guys. Maybe. Beltran, there he is. We're going to work on his plate discipline a little bit. See if he can figure that out. Aubrey Huff, I want to work defensively. Michael Young. Defensively. Where's my catcher? Garco. Defense at catcher. I'd love to have him become a good defensive catcher. Other names. Pryor's going to keep development. Is this control? Yeah, I need either control or movement. Let's see if we can get some more strikeouts on movement. Matt Diaz coming off a great year. I'm going to do Matt Diaz and work on something for him. He's a left fielder. Actually a good left fielder. Avoid strikeouts. Works on eye. We'll do plate discipline for him. Look at one more spot. Yeah, Sean Marshall. He's a guy I have high hopes on. We'll say. How many pitches did he have? He's got 5. I want him to. Let's improve the control. That might move him to a start if we get some control on it. So we look at the first year combine here. So if we look here, filter, my shortlisted guys. So let's say we have these following here. So we can just see the league's fallen in love with a lot of the good guys. Carlos Santana, who I think is going to be a steal later on. Just everyone knows Carlos Santana. but just a lot of names you'd expect to see on here. And looking at our draft, which actually is interesting because before free agency, so this is not the draft we'd actually lose it on. So if we can see, we're sitting at 23. Pirates go Jacoby Ellsbury first. And we get Ryan Braun, Tulo, McCutcheon. Verlander stays with the Tigers. Locane, Fowler, Zimmerman, Santana, Brantley, Clay Buchholz, Kenley Jansen. I'm hoping they're smart enough to move him to a pitcher. If not, I'm going to shortlist him. Just in case. Twins, C.J. Wilson, Colby Rasmus, Sergio Romo, Yunel Escobar, Joakim Soria, Jed Lowry, Jay Bruce. And we were on the clock. If we look at our draft pool, my shortlisted guys are super thin already. So Donovan Solano is the most interesting, but he's a short second baseman. Not going to be a shortstop with that arm. Not a pitcher. Super great contact hitter. We have Brett Gardner, defense, speed. Much lower demand. Matt Garza is an interesting pitching prospect. Pierce, Trumbo, Travis Wood. Let's clear the filter for now. Jeremy Hellickson. I mean, just looking at this, I think Brent Gardner. As much as I'm not the biggest. Solano's 16, though. Let's go with Brent Gardner. Is he on here? Let's meet his demand because it's going to be cheap. And we'll jump ahead. Manny Pena. Pineapple Pena. Good arm. Decent framing. Contact hitting catcher. Corey Sullivan already has good contact in BABIP. I'm going to go with Corey Sullivan. Looks like an MLB ready guy. Looking at some of these. Two good pitchers could come in and be a good reliever to start out 36. Mario Gonzalez. I don't think he's a real player. He's not. Chaz Rowe. Breaking ball dude. Nobody else that is a huge name for me. I mean, in the third, you want slot. We'll jump ahead. And this is where I'm going to start looking at catcher ideas, fielding ratings. Not a real player, but a great defender. Can't frame, though. I need someone who's a good framer. Francisco Esparragoza. Good defensive catcher. Could be a minor league prospect. A little early for him, though. Mike DiCarlo, same thing, way too early. But we'll throw him here as a minor league guy. Interesting. Again, another dude that's pure defense and running. I'm willing to take a flyer on him. Oh, we'll go batting potential. Let's see if there's any pitchers with batting potential. Not really. Got some athletes here. Let's see if there's any batters with pitching potential. Not really. That's an interesting pitching option. We'll go Sammy. We'll do about 3 more picks here. Why not? Tyler Wilson. Actually, Kyle Newby already has great stuff. You know, got insane velocity. A couple of these guys. No extreme ground ball, though, with good velocity. Guys with insane pitches. Justin Garcia's got 2 good pitches. Dino McElroy throws a great fastball. We'll go with him. He's 23, whatever. Any knuckleballers? Nope. No curve. Kyle Whelan or Kevin Whelan. Sure. And we'll finish that. Some names there. Unfortunately, sitting at 23, not a great spot to pick. As this kind of loads here and kind of getting up to salary reputation here, as a Suns fan, just want to weigh in. Kevin Durant trade went down today. Traded for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, number 10, as well as 5 second-round picks. Again, I don't think we got what Kevin Durant's worth, but I think we got the best package we could get for Kevin Durant, if that makes sense. I think Kevin Durant's a top 10 player of all time. And I think there's a lot of potential in Jalen Green. I don't love his contract. He's getting paid for what he could be, not what he is. But he kind of fits next to Booker. Being a lot more of a slasher. It needs to figure out the defense. He's got the athleticism to be a good defender. Love to see that actually develop into something. Number 10, again, as a Suns fan, we need to get the center out of Duke. I can't remember his name, but shot blocker, rim runner. Something we've been asking even DeAndre Ayton back when we drafted him to be. Need defense, especially with Jalen Green's question marks. Booker's a good defender when he can, but going to have to carry a little more. Bradley Beal will not be on this team. I'm making that statement now, whether that be through trade, whether that be through release. Bradley Beal will not be a Phoenix Sun when the season kicks off. So yeah, that's just my opinions. Again, I coach high school basketball and teach in high school. Take that for what you will. Diehard Suns fan since high school. Hoping it works out. I had a lot of hope in this team. I always have hope, just like being a Packers fan, having hope this year. Cubs fan, playing really well. We need to re-sign King Tuck. We'll see if that happens. But as we get to salary arbitration here, Yabua is convinced. I think I'm going to send him right up to Chicago. arbitration-wise. Alex Sanchez, Kerry Wood, Zambrano, Cliff Lee, Williamson. Garner's in it. Okay. DN declines, so he becomes a type A, I believe. He does. We're going to have a first-round pick for him, most likely. Preston Wilson somehow's a type A. Take the pick for him. Farnsworth, we might bring back. He's young. Going to have some money. We'll see what he wants. All right, so off-season here. First thing we look, $20 million for free agents, $40 million for extensions. So we have some money to spend. Priority number 1, shortstop. And who do I want? Oh, so I want to make sure. Customize this. Just so I don't risk it. Miscellaneous. Demand. Where is the free agent type? There it is. So Nomar is a type, free agent type A. Jason Bartlett sitting here is interesting. Played really well in AAA last year. I'm going to offer him a contract just in case. But now we got a question. Do I want to bring Carlos Guillen back, who I know what he is? Or do I take the chance on Nomar? To me, it's take the chance on Nomar. Not that chance, though. See if I can get him for 4 years. Give him opt out after year 3. I don't want to give him that much. 12, 15, 18, 14. So more than I still would love to pay, but I just think he's too good to pass up. We talked about catcher. Carlos Delgado's a big fish. Michael Barrett still being here as a catcher is funny. Delgado 20 plus, Kendall 20, less than I thought he'd won, but being type B. I think I'm going to go with a defensive first catcher. We have some offensive hitting. Super cheap contract. And let's see, what do my salaries look like? Who's getting paid a lot of money? Aramis and Todd Walker. See if I can get off his money. I'm not going to attach a prospect. Ooh, no, I cannot without attaching a prospect. Oh, who do I not value? Joey Gaither, I still don't like him. Money. Names. There are some names. Oh. It's not a lot of names I'm interested in with that money. How about Terrio? He's a shortstop. Maybe he has some more value? No. What if I attach a good prospect? Sean Gallagher pitched rough and A-ball. He's got potential. Let's see if I can get off a contract or improve a position. Just not. Not a lot of guys, people looking to get off of money. What if I retain? then we have some interesting pieces. I might go into this and see if I can break some of these guys down. I'm not setting a division rival. All right, so there's some guys up here at the top to look at. Oh, Brian Roberts, the second baseman. I don't know why he's listed at first base. Coming off a good year. I don't think he actually had his great year yet. Tommaso Marte. Let's do this. Let's do this, though. I know, that's not worth it. They're not going to sound like a Nelson Cruz. No. No, because I like Sean Marshall. I don't hate it. Let's do that. Kyle Walker doesn't fit. The bullpen fits better. Oh. Let's change this to 30 flat. Oh, is that up here somewhere? Accounting? No. Player development? Yeah. So I actually solved that problem of the reliever without charging anything. So I have two interesting there. Nomar's the big fish. Then it comes down to pitchers. I have $6 million to spend. 35 for extension, which so leaves Randy Johnson and Pedro. Randy doesn't have the free agent type, so let's go with Randy. All right, so we'll see if anyone offers him a contract. I hate that this and this are not the same. We'll go ahead a day. Convinced. Okay. 4, 5 days there. And let's see what the off season looks like. Looking here, no signings yet. Some trades, but nothing else. I gotta change this. News from your league and organization. I don't want rumors though. Minor awards, BNN. Special, I'll leave special accounts just on. Okay. I got trades. And let's look at what the offseason looks like so far. I need a starter. But if we look, I don't need a top the end starter. I can go after a... Nope. Can bring Matt Clement back. There's some cheaper guys here I can go after Al Leiter, he's not going to pitch this year, so no. Matt Morris, I can give Hideo Nomo a flyer. So I'm not going to go out and rush and overpay. Look at some of these trades. Glavin's traded. Roger went with Cleveland, which is good. He gets out of the NL. He is on the Guardians. Realism kind of hurts, but I'm not going to change it because, yeah, I'll open up that can of worms. Oh, so let's actually fix that. We're just going to keep working. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Oh my goodness. Pedroia traded. Huh. For Mark Loretta and money. Ryan Sweeney traded. Matt Stairs. Yeah. Pedro goes to the Dodgers. It's annoying. Oh, if we look at offseason, is there any rumors going on? I want to fix JD Drew's pitcher just out of kindness to him. All the Andrews. JD Drew. But if we look, again, names I'm looking for. Nomar. No other teams interested right now. Big Frank Thomas doesn't have a pitcher, so let's do that. I think he's Frank E. Thomas. Yes. Randy Chicago. He's got some interest from teams. As of now, nobody's made a big offer to him yet. I'm just going to sit and see if he gets interested in anybody. She got traded finally. Carlos Delgado goes to the Pirates, which is annoying because he comes to the division, but I'm okay. Jose Vidro signs. We lost Carlos Guillen, but we are going to get a first-round pick out of it. From the Angels, Arizona gets Beltre. Let's see who's in the Hall of Fame ballot this year. To me, Wade Boggs was a Hall of Famer. Hawk is. Goose. Downey Baseball. To me, Jack Morris is not a Hall of Famer. Getting almost a 4 ERA. Compiler. Dale Murphy, I wish I could. Just fell off a cliff. I don't know what happened to him. I didn't ever read Dave Parker's a Hall of Famer. Ryan Sandberg's a Hall of Famer. Got 4 more spots. Lee Smith. No, Joe Strawberry, another one fell off. Trammell, no. I hate not turning in full ballots, but there's just not a lot of names here. This was a down year, it looks like. I said Jack McDowell, no, almost 4 ERA. This might be. Mark Eichhorn was a good pitcher at the time, but not a Hall of Famer. Bert Blyleven. Yeah, so I think it's only those 7 names that get in for me. Barry Larkin goes to Colorado. Diamondbacks replace Johnson with Pettit. JD Drew goes to Oakland. And we're just going to keep sitting. Bartlett got some Twins offers. How much money do I want to go for Bartlett? I'll go one more. I'll give him a guaranteed major league contract for $700,000. Nomar's happy. Catcher's happy. We'll see. Jeff Kent goes to St. So he goes in division to the other good team in our division. Troy Hawkins goes to the Rockies. Good luck. Jose Valentin. I'm going to get my shortstops here no matter what it looks like. Gagné's rumored. I don't love that. I don't like. I'll do 14, 18, 22, 18. This is my last offer for him. So when he ups it, they can have him. Corey Koski. Here we go. All right. Brewers signed 35-year-old Troy Percival. Guillermo Mota signed with the Royals. Russell Branyan. Randy goes back to Seattle. Disappointing. Yeah, has more than I want to pay for him. All right. In that case, let's look at some pitchers now. Oh, Joel Pinheiro, Javi Vasquez. Who was good last year? Pitching stats. And Hideo Nomo was, and Kevin Millwood was. Today, oh, he's a type A free agent. I'm not getting big up a draft pick for Hideo Nomo. Default. He was bad last year and didn't have very good pitchers. Javier Vasquez, type B, not worth the draft pick. Carpenter, type A. Clement, type A. Spawn Loaiza. Bartolo. Cal Eldred's tempting as a end of the rotation arm, but 3 pitches as a reliever. Livian. Old man Jamie Moyer. Matt Morris. He was good for us last year. Maybe not. Big David Wells. Just doesn't have the stuff anymore. Derek Lowe. Wrong part of his career. Was good as extreme ground ball. Let's go at pitching stats one more time. Anyone unlucky with a good ERA plus? Actually, let's look at a good FIP. Filter. Pitching stats. Game start is at least 5. Kevin Millwood. was good with Atlanta, less good with Colorado, which makes sense. Ends up being a reliever in Atlanta. Clinton Rush, I can bring him back. A big strikeout guy. Kremlinger. Yeah, maybe I can just look for a reliever. Gagné. And I can't pay that. We'll backload some of that contract. See if Gagné wants to come in. Okay, didn't get him, whatever. No improvement, no improvement, no improvement, whatever. Another first round pick for Farnsworth. I love Kyle Farnsworth. Slightly above average ERA plus. 2 WAR pitcher of the bullpen. Can find better. Oh, that's cheap. But it all works out. Alberto Castillo. Let's do this first. Marmol, Soto. Any of these other guys I care about? Not really. They're either too far away or not worth a second thought. If you want Jose Macias, you can take him. All right, let's go to the Rule 5 draft. We need good relievers. This ain't good players whatsoever. Gianna Navarro and Rick Ankiel. Oh, Ankiel's interesting because I can turn an outfielder. That's my go-to so far. Gianna Navarro doesn't have the defensive stats I want. Kelly Shoppich doesn't have the defensive stats I want. And there's some names here, but let's go with Rick Ankiel. Why not? Do need a backup catcher, though. Is there any recommendation? Russ Adams. Rajai Davis, speed outfielder. Jumbo. Richie, I can bring him back. Get him back for free and then flip him again. James Loney before he breaks out. He was bad in AAA last year. Chad Qualls. Let's do this. Is there any transferable guys right now? See one guy just crazy power. Graham Kuntz. Maybe a platoon guy. Let's do this. Fielding ratings. Shoot. Any great framers? Couple. Mike Rivera. Jeff Mathis. Shout out to Foolish. I can bring you some of these guys in as just defensive option. Bobby Wilson as a catcher is very good. Bat's not there. Probably Wilson's a good catcher, but I'm going to do this. Short list, maybe. Jump past another guy, maybe, if he's ever on the waivers. Alright. Any range guys? Ronnie Cedeno. Cubby. Error. Good arm. And not looking at any batters. I'm going to save that. And pitching potential. Man, Jumbo Diaz is fun. He's not good. Like he's got one control right now. I think I'll call that good. Same with the guys. No. Alright, so we'll skip this pick. Auto complete the draft. Rick Ankiel, somebody I got. He's not going to be a pitcher, though. Set position. Right fielder. Batting can get there. Great defender. Be a utility outfielder. Might play both. I need to ring some pitchers up. Will Ullman can come back up. Minor league. He was a second round pick. They have to go right to our majors. Gio, I said I wanted to wait. Man, I need relievers. I might bargain bid hunt here in a little bit. Actually, we got some guys we can trade. Jose Macias. Not a good character. We'll flip him and Gaithright for some pitchers. I'll take on some money too. I would just Macias straight up. Chad Quails. Terrio, 25 years old, still in the minors. I think I need to attach some money to this, actually. What do we got in the majors I don't need? There's some guys here I can add. If I do that, just what if I do this hypothetically? Nobody. What if I hold some money here and then back off that? Atsuka. Nobody. Alright, Rami has no value right now. Okay. Bargain bin relievers it is. Vladimir went to the Dodgers. St. Louis is now offering that. 3 years. Give it a little more length. Nope. For Matt, that's... I'm not taking that money on. BJ Ryan. All right. So we got Nomar. Which is great. That fills out our offense now. I need to get some arms. What do I have money-wise? $2 million. That's still Gagné is pending. Sorry. Let's get some relievers. One control. Let's go ERA plus. Asian. No, 2 pitches. I'd like to bring Bob Howry back. Rincon, I almost forgot about. Yeah, you can take that offer. Arthur Rhodes. What's he want? Too much. Bring Bob Howry back. I need somebody under $1 million. Let's do this. Individual pitch rankings. Anyone got some elite pitches? Yeah, Armando Benitez. 1.6. I wonder if anyone's offered him a contract yet. Let's do this. I don't specify here. Love to have you in, but nope. Knuckleballers. Yeah, the Gagné. I'd love to bring him in. Milwaukee. Legit dude. Couple good years. El Reyes. I can offer that. We'll call that good there. See if any of these guys are interested. Yeah, I figured. I'll throw a flyer on him. Payne with the Mets. Mike Stanton with Seattle. Some trades. Arthur Rhodes signed with the Astros, annoyingly. We lose Charles Johnson, which, I'm sorry, you buy. Trade of Charles Johnson. Something messed up there. I don't have money to increase. I'm still going to keep cheap this year, but I'll give you boosted later. Because I can always trade if I need to. No, I couldn't get Rincon back. And he went to the White Sox. For the same thing. Oh, that just sucks. Oh, Arias is interested. Alright, Let's see if there's any big names not going to interest anybody. Carlos Lee on a 1-year prove a deal. I don't know who you are. You're a terrible person. At least it looks like the stat that wise. Garrett Anderson. I don't need another outfielder. Jose Ronda. Decent third baseman. Sean Green, Matt Clemens. Jock Jones. Nothing there for Livian. Nobody else jumping out to me right now. Threw a couple flyers. We'll see what happens with them. Yeah, I can always make trades. Ramos is okay. 2 potentially good offers. Hey, we got a first-round pick for losing Preston Wilson too. Signed with Diamondbacks. I think he went back to the Diamondbacks, didn't he? Oh no, Colorado. Okay. Kenny Lofton going to the Dodgers. Roto the Diamondbacks. Whatever. Beltran's excelling. Diaz on track. Whatever. Sheffield, Colorado. Nomo to the Marlins. Olerud stays in Seattle. Jermaine Dye to the Angels. Jump ahead a little more. Rellinger goes to Colorado. Good for him. Ross Ortiz. Rich Rulia. Signed Al Reyes on a cheap deal. Bob Howard. Love you, dude. What are they offering you? Oh, actually, I can offer that. That'll be a last offer for him, though. Okay. Esteban Eliza signs. Boggs makes the Hall of Fame. Carpenter goes to Minnesota. Gloss to Milwaukee. Okay. Orlando Cabrera goes to the White Sox. Tim Worrell to Cleveland. We got Bartlett, so there's our backup shortstop at least. And trade piece if I need it. Oh shoot, my bad. Good for Glendon Rush. Frank Thomas. Angels spending some money right now. Whatever, I'm not going to offer anything else, so if you say no, bye. And going into the preseason now. Raise it by almost 14 million, so I have some money. How resigns. Lose Carlos Lee. Lose that. Gagné staying here. He's definitely not going there. Okay, anything else here? Jeter goes to the Guardians. Alright. Says I have 460 if we go a day. Thought we increase that, whatever. Alright. Gagné's the last major fishing win after, otherwise I can split the money up. Jump ahead a couple more days. And we got Eric Gagné. Again, overpaying a little bit. But for what he is, Sean Marshall, what I want him to do. 2 lefties, 3 righties, all young. Gagné is my closer. 2 lefties. Mop-up duty, Alvarez in there, Yabu's in there. Howery's back. So again, improved bullpen. I'm going to see how he lines this up. Nomar's playing second. Michael Young's playing short. 57 range. 78 range. You got that backwards. That's better. Alberto Castillo doesn't have the bat. Going to be the lead defensive catcher. Huffin right, Samian left, Beltran center. Don't hate that. Garco's my backup catcher, which is what he needs to be. He's got the bat, average defense. Can just get some minutes hitting. Bartlett is just utility defensive infielder, shortstop specifically. Matt Diaz is a 5th outfielder. Sanchez is a runner. Ankiel is development. See if that hitting shows up. And Ludwig as same thing. Defense is there. See if the hitting shows up. I don't think I'm not enough time to throw him in here. See if you can work on different positions too. Increase the upside. Beltran and Diaz both increasing in play. This would be nice. We got no money, so let's just jump to spring training here. Working putting left field into so he becomes a versatile outfielder, yes. Matt Clement, good for you. Sean Green, good for you. Alright, and with that, start of spring training, just kind of going through the preseason predictions here, and then we'll call it a video. Standouts again. Look at NL for sure. Predicted right now to finish the top of the NL. Central. Up in 6 games, the Cardinal Astros got worse. I think we absolutely got better. Beltran being predicted our best hitter. Wood our best pitcher. Looks like picking to be the 2 seed behind the Braves, who somehow got Carl Crawford in a trade with Tampa Bay. Let's see if I can find where that came from. Atlanta. So Crawford and Cash for Johnny Venters, which is a good prospect, but he's a reliever prospect. Oh, actually, it's a really good prospect. But is sitting at 19 years old and looks like A-ball. You get Carl Crawford, who's one of the best players in baseball, especially at this point, and 23 under contract. That's a steal. Kind of annoying. Marcus Giles, Chipper Jones. They signed Carlos Lee, I believe. Andrew Jones, Roth for call, Collar Everett McCann. Oh, they trade for El Duque. Not a great bullpen, though. I don't see why they love him that much, but whatever. AL-wise, Guardians being the best team. I don't know. If you look at our projected team, leading off with Derek Lee, I mean, just drives doubles. Coming off a weird year last year. Couldn't stay healthy. Gets hurt the first couple games of the year. So expecting him to come back and bounce back. Aubrey Huff was a trade bringing in. Doesn't love where he's hitting, but I like him in the 2 spot. Good right fielder. Hits the ball well. Coming off a great year with us. Nomar, the big free agent signing. Coming off a down year. Playing shortstop. Might transition to first base depending on what happens in the game here. Beltran is, yes, 188 OPS plus with us last year in 58 games. Had almost a 3.5 WAR. Insane. He's going to be everyday center fielder. Sammy in left. I love he slid over there. 120 OPS season. Almost a 5 WAR. Still plays good defense. 42 homers last year. Gonna break 600 this year. I did give him a contract extension. It does decrease each year. 13, 12, and then if he wants to stay 9, I think he retires. Rami's the question mark. Ended up slightly above average batting. But if you look at the contract, getting paid more, doesn't play great, he's on the trade block. Let's put him on the block for now. Michael Young, 125 OPS last year. 3 WAR at second base. Plays a good defense. Not elite. Probably ends up being a first baseman as well. On last year, expiring contract. Not sure what we're going to do with him yet. And then another free agent signing, Alberto Castillo. In real life, never really was a hitter. You can see best years are 100 OPS. Never an 800 year. Didn't sign him for his hitting, though. Signed him because he's an elite framer, steal strikes, has an elite arm, and is above average in blocking. He's here to play defense. He only got 19 games last year at the major league level. Hit poorly. My goal is he ends up being, at least for the first half of the year, a good defensive catcher. Pitching-wise, Mark Pryor. I'm hoping this figures out. 124 last year was a down year from the year before. 3.57 ERA. Had a couple of really bad starts, but led league in strikeouts. I think bumped his control a little bit this summer. Kerry Wood, same thing. A lot of strikeouts. Got really unlucky. 4 ERA. Gave up some homers, 26 home runs. See if he can keep some in the ballpark this year. Zambrano just was a shining light last year. 134 OPS plus, 5 WAR. ERA did get over 3. He was sitting at 2.9 for a long time last year. And can hit. It's always a positive. Don't know why they have Marmol in the rotation right now. He's actually going to be a AAA guy. Fix that right now. Cliff Lee. Just good. Not walk guys. Good control. Last year, slightly above our ERA plus. First year as a majors. For us at least. Played really well in AAA. It was hit or miss. Didn't walk guys. Had a decent amount of strikeouts. Was a little unlucky with the bat. So again, we'll keep working him. He's cheap. Sean Marshall came up late last year. Was dominant in AAA. He was dominant every level he pitched last year. Went all the way from A ball to MLB last year. 354. Started 2 games. I don't love the stamina as a starter. Ideally can slide him as a bullpen guy. That could be something with the Aramis trade. Bullpen-wise, Damaso Marte. Was a trade with the White Sox. Getting some contract off from Todd Walker. Rough year last year. Was good the year before. Still 135 OPS plus I'll always take. going to be facing primary lefties. You can just see he is dominant against left-handed batters. Sikorsky, again, came in, was killing with the Mets, took a flyer on him. Came in, pitched throughout 334 in 32 innings, 132 OPS plus, was really lucky with the BABIP. But that could also just be, again, that stuff control was getting weak contact. Scott Williamson, another guy, great pitches, great stuff. 148 OPS, glad we were able to get him back. Just under 3 RA, going to be a big bullpen staple. Keiichi Yabo was our third-round pick this year, coming over from Japan. 36 years, so only got a couple years of him. Slider splitter guy, we'll see what he can do in real life. Had a cup of coffee. A couple decent years, never really did anything great. Came over way too late. Al Reyes was one of my signings. Had a good MLB career. You could see 95 all the way through 08. Let's give him his actual picture. Alberto Reyes, maybe. I'm going to guess. Let's look it up quick. Just making sure I don't want to give him the wrong picture. He's Dominican. Rafael Alberto Al Reyes, yes. Because I doubt it's Rafael, yeah. Yep, that is him. Most known for Tampa. You can see here these last 2 years with the pitcher saved of him. But it was a free agent signing, got him cheap. 4 good pitches, elite stuff. Struggled last year, St. Louis, but we'll see if we can get something out of him. If not, can get rid of him pretty easily. Bob Howery brought him back. Paid a little more than I'd love to, but he was really good with us last year. Was great with Cleveland before us. Actually had negative WAR this last year with us, but I think that was just a little adaptation. We'll see how that goes this year. And then the big signing, Eric Gagné. 3 elite pitches. One of the just bad years in New York, but that's because extreme fly ball does not play well in Yankee Stadium. This game hates extreme fly balls. But in the Dodgers, bigger ballpark, 167. Should be similar to what we see here. Will be our closer for the future. And again, they had him start 10 games with the Yankees. They put him as a starter. I don't know why they keep doing that, but yeah, that's going to be our major leagues. Our prospects. Carlos Marmol probably will come up next year. He's still a little bit away, but was really good in A-ball. Probably ends up actually will start this year in Double-A for him. Bartlett, glad I signed him. He already comes in a 35th prospect. Paying him, he's going to be in the majors this year as our backup shortstop. See what he does. Sean Marshall also be in MLB this year. Ideal will slide to a reliever role. Gio. Got the Cubs right now. He's going to be a AAA guy, actually. Oh, Joey Gaithright is going to be traded. I just have no want for him. I need a starter. I don't think I'm going to get one straight up for him, but we can see. Yeah, nothing there. If I tie in Aramis, I can get John Lackey. Yeah, here's some option. John Lackey. So this is something we'll start next episode with, this trade idea. John Lackey's tempting. Russ Ortiz. Mark Mulder I can bring in. Joaquin Benoit. Aaron Harang. Some guy. Yeah, definitely names here. We'll dig into this next time. But if you've enjoyed, I thank you for watching. This has been the Game of Math Teacher, and we'll see you in the next episode after this off season.